Hello, my name is Chase Eby, and today I want to discuss the effects economic geography has had on Quaker Oats peaches and cream oatmeal and what it does for retailers, specifically the Publix on 203rd Northwest 13th Street in Gainesville, Florida. Quaker's instant oatmeal is a product that I have consumed for as long as I can remember. Ever since I was 4, if I was in a rush to get somewhere in the morning, you can bet that I was grabbing some peach instant oatmeal. However, I have never really considered the process through which Quaker produces and distributes their oat-based products. It seems like it should be pretty self-explanatory, right? Oats are grown on a farm, milled, and then shipped to the various grocery outlets where they are set to be sold. While this overview is not incorrect, it greatly oversimplifies the vast journey that the oats go on to end up on store shelves. Thus, I think it is appropriate to give an overview of how Quaker Oats takes oats, creates a product, and ships them all over the world. By doing so, I hope to give a better understanding of how economic geography plays a pivotal role in the formation of the brand and current practices that are used by Quaker every day. So how do you tackle a topic as large as this? Easy, by looking at one specific case example, Quaker's Peaches and Cream Instant Oatmeal, specifically from the Publix in Gainesville, Florida. Before I get into the specific details of this, I first want to examine the history of Quaker as a company and determine how they got to where they are today. Quaker Oats was created in 1877 as one mill. As the brand got older, Quaker Oats grew by adding more mills to the business. Quaker then needed to move from their small headquarters in Akron, Ohio, and ended up moving to Chicago, Illinois. Eventually, a central mill that was closest to the vast majority of the United States oats farms was built in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Due to these moves, Quaker was able to experiment with how they could incorporate oats into meals and snacks. From these experiments came instant oatmeal, which was introduced in 1966, and Quaker would find a lot of success from this product, leading to them being acquired by PepsiCo in 2001. While this history may seem unimportant to the topic at hand, I believe that it is crucial to understanding the choices that Quaker Oats has made and that they will continue to make. By examining their past, it becomes evident that they consciously made a choice to move their main headquarters to Chicago and their main oat mill to Cedar Rapids. Well, both choices can be explained when considered through an economic geographical lens. Let's start with Chicago and the choice to move the headquarters there. Quaker Oats is one of the many different businesses that is headquarters is located in Chicago. So what is attracting them there? It turns out that the lower cost of living combined with the large amount of possible young employees make Chicago an ideal destination for Quaker Oats. On the other hand, Cedar Rapids is not a large city that attracts youth, but is instead strategically placed in the epicenter of the many farms that Quaker sources its oats from. These two choices are prime examples of how economic geography has affected large-scale decisions that Quaker Oats has made in its past. But that is not the extent of the reach that economic geography exhibits on the Oats brand. Economic geography also explains the choices Quaker Oats made when it comes to sourcing their ingredients. Going back to the peaches and cream example, the major ingredients to consider are oats, peaches, and cream. Firstly, oats. Quaker Oats mills over 2 million pounds of oats a day. Thus, it should be no surprise that Quaker sources their oats from over 400 oat farmers located all over the continent. Some notable locations include Iowa, where the mill is located, Canada, and other temperate locations that are optimized to grow oats. These oats need to be transported via truck or plane, but Quaker Oats greatly decrease transportation costs by having their main oat mill in Cedar Rapids. On the other hand, the cream and peaches used are grown further away in locations including California, Georgia, and other warm climates. The distance that the peaches and cream must travel is not as important, however, as there is much less required due to the number of products that utilize them. Once again, economic geography proves to have a large effect on the operations carried out by Quaker Oats, as not one ingredient is neglected from being considered. Even so, economic geography also affects other aspects of the Quaker Oats business that are equally important, namely the retailer that ends up selling the specific products. As mentioned earlier, I examined a Publix retailer off Northwest 13th Street in Gainesville, Florida. The oats are transported from Iowa to all grocers via trucks or planes. In the case of getting the product to Gainesville, it uses both. Once there, the products are placed on store shelves where they are sold to customers. Publix is highly protective of their reputation and brand name, and thus they will only allow certain products to be sold. Due to this, Quaker Oats takes precautions when transporting their products, ensuring that all of their products, including the peaches and cream oatmeal, are safe and proper. It may not seem like it, but Publix influences Quaker Oats in several other ways. For example, Quaker Oats is in the mercy of Publix guidelines so that they can continue to sell their products inside their retailers. Publix is one of the major retailers where Quakers sells their products. Thus, they make it a priority to follow these guidelines. On the other hand, Publix wants to keep Quaker products in stores as many people buy their brands of oats. And if they were to be removed, people might shop elsewhere. So it comes down to both companies staying in mutual agreement with one another so each can maximize their profits. Finally, it is important to consider the policy implications that Quaker Oats must consider. For one, they make various health and nutrient-based claims such as heart healthy and 100% fiber. These claims, while seemingly harmless, are carefully monitored by the Food and Drug Administration, FDA. In order to keep with their standards, Quaker must follow the strict guidelines that the FDA sets. Quaker must also deal with international policy, as they are a multinational corporation. However, thanks to the many unique locations they have, including Fife, Scotland, and Peterborough, Ontario, tariffs are not of major concern. Policies are unique around the globe, and as Quaker Oats has continued to globalize, the need to understand and follow certain policies grows larger. Thus, Quaker responds by increasingly adding rules and procedures into their company to ensure that they can continue growing, selling their oats around the globe. Quaker must continue to stay on top of policies such as these if they wish to continue making a profit, but as it stands, they're in good position to continue their globalization. Economic geography may not seem to have a large effect on such a specific product as peaches and cream instant oatmeal in a specific retailer such as Publix in Gainesville, Florida, but it does. Due to the many factors that need to be considered, it becomes imperative that Quakers relies on economic geography to make informed decisions that are best for their company. Thank you.